What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So let's get into this one. So lately, there's been a bit of news coming out about the aftermath of Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Now, going into that fight, I didn't know too much about Lamont Roach, so I thought it was just another one of these foregone conclusion fights that's going to go in the favor of Gervonta Tank Davis, but it didn't happen that way. It turned out to be a majority draw with one judge scoring it 115-113 to Gervonta Tank Davis, and the other two 114-114 a draw. But I, along with most people, felt that Tank Davis lost that fight, and there was a lot of, that fight shrouded in controversy, of course, because you had Gervonta Tank Davis taking a knee and in the fight, and normally that's counted as a knockdown. The referee, Steve Willis, began to count, but then it's like Gervonta sort of looked at him and he just stopped counting. He allowed Gervonta Davis to go back to his corner, and they wiped grease off his face, and he claimed he took a knee because of the hair grease being in his eye, and the referee allowed him to do that, allowed him to take the knee, started counting, didn't finish, stopped the count, allowed Davis time to get up, and allowed him, sort of time to go and do what he needed to do in the corner, and then spoke to him and said, look, next, you taking a knee, it looks like a knockdown. It gave him a little telling off. But really, most people, including myself, would agree that, look, once you start counting like that, you can't take that back. You can't just stop counting. And then you certainly can't just let the guy go to his corner and then get, the grease rubbed off or whatever it is. As a referee, what he should have done is just either, if he didn't think it was a knockdown, he should have just not counted and just told Davis to get up and say, this is a slip. That's what he should have done, really, if he didn't feel it was a knockdown. But the fact he started counting and then he stopped counting, more or less because Davis gave him a look, and then allowed all that stuff to take place, and then the result turns out to be a draw, and that knockdown, that knee's not counted. I mean, it's definitely a big injustice, and it's, even if it's unintentional, it's still, it's like basically corruption there, because you can clearly see favorable treatment being given to one fighter in Gervonta Tank Davis, and really Lamont Roach was robbed of a knockdown, and I would say probably robbed of a win there. He was robbed of a victory there, when, if that knockdown was given, as it should have been, especially since you started to count, then that fight should have gone to Lamont Roach. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's definitely something, that was a dodgy decision. I understand Roach is looking at appealing it, and the good news is the WBA look like they're going to probably call for an immediate rematch. And Gervonta Davis at first, after the fight, was non-committal to a rematch. He was saying, I do want it next, but I don't think you'll see it next. There's someone who came to my dressing room that I'm going to fight and whatever. But then he since has sort of gone on to say, oh, actually, yeah, I do want the immediate rematch. So, yeah, let's hope for the sake of Lamont Roach that you get the immediate rematch, and he can, hopefully for him, he can right the wrong. So yeah, that's the sort of news on that as far as I know, the WBA they're looking to order a immediate rematch. So it's one of those things, we'll have to wait and see what happens in that case, but that's sort of the latest. You got Roach looking to appeal it, but also you've got WBA who are looking to do an immediate rematch. As for when that is, we don't know, but this is just the latest that I know. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.